So I'm here in Wheatland, Wyoming. Uh, my family and we travel since about October around the country, and we've been going to different places that neither my wife or myself have ever been to before, and just getting to experience different people from different areas of the country has been a very enlightening experience. So, if you've never heard of Wheatland, Wyoming, it's a really small town. It's got a population of probably just under 4,000 people. And of that population, 0.1% of it is African American. 0.1%. So I might stand out a little bit here, but we've been here for 3 months, and honestly, the people here are nothing short of amazing. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a situation that just happened to me a few days ago. So I went to the store to buy a bottle of wine. And here in the town, you have to go to a liquor store to buy alcohol. Gas stations don't serve, beer or anything like that. So I go into the store and I get a bottle of red wine. And leaving the store just in front of me was this young lady. She was probably in her mid 50s, white lady, and she's walking out the door in front of me, and she holds the door open so I could walk through. And I had my bag in my hand. I walked past her. I said thank you, and then she walked out behind me. And I stopped and I said, "Excuse me, could you tell me the closest place to here that I can buy flowers?" And so she kind of hesitated for a second, and she was like, "Well, what kind of flowers are you looking for? Like flowers to grow, different type of plants?" And I said, "No, I just want to buy like a rose for my wife." And so she said, "Oh, okay." And she gave me directions to the closest place to buy flowers. Now, this place was probably a little bit over a mile, right around a mile from where we were. And so she gave me directions. I said, "Thank you." And I started walking because I was walking at the time. And I didn't get 15 yards from this place. And that same lady pulled over her car on the side of the road next to me, and she said, "Can I give you a ride?" And I said, that would be awesome if you did. And so she gave me a ride to the flower store that she just told me how to get to. Now we get there, and she says, "You go in and get your flowers. I have to take care of something across the road at another store, and when you come out, I'll take you to where you need to go next." And I protested at first, like, "No, that's like, you've done enough. You've helped me enough. I very much appreciate it." And she said, "Nope, it's no problem. Go get your flower. Take your time. When uh, you get finished, come out. I'll take you where you got to go next." So I said, "Okay." So I go in. I spend a little time in the store talking with the staff about which flowers to get. And I had this plan of this day to set up kind of a scavenger hunt for my wife, of her going around to different places in this town that we're in, and getting different little things. And so this was one of the stores that I wanted to go to, so I spoke with them about that. And I came out with the flower, and the lady was sitting in her car waiting on me. And so I came to the car. I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I hope you haven't been waiting too long. She said, no, it's no issue. And I got in the car and she says, where do you need to go next? And I started to explain to her the idea for the scavenger hunt that I was planning for my wife. And I said, I want to go to a few different places and have, her get coffee at one place, her get an outfit at another place, her go to a nail place and get her nails done. Kind of just a day for her. And the lady was just like, tell me where you need to go and I'll take you. And it was amazing, y'all. Like, this lady legitimately just met me in front of a liquor store and put me in her car and took me around. Now, this is on a Tuesday just before noon. So I don't know what this lady's work life is or her schedule of her day, but she literally put all the stuff in her life aside and drove me around this town. We went to 6 different places that I wanted to go. She took me there. She even got so involved that while I went in one store, she went across to another one to ask them if they had something else that I needed, and came back and gave me the information. At one place, I had scheduled for my wife to try on clothes. I wanted her to have, a bottle of like some champagne or some wine to go along with her trying on clothes as part of her feel good day. But we had already left the liquor store. So she took me to her place that was closer to where we already were, got her own personal bottle of wine, and gave it to me and said, I want you to have this and use this on your day for your wife. And you don't understand the level of thoughtfulness, of compassion, of service that this lady showed me. A complete stranger, very much, I mean, 0.1% of this community looks like me. So we talked, as we drove from place to place. We had casual conversation about, why my family was in town, what we were doing, her life. We got to know each other, and she was so excited to help me do something for my significant other that she put aside all of her problems, responsibilities, whatever she had going on that day, because she said she had a job that allowed her to dictate her work schedule. And so she just kind of was like, I'll get to what I need to get to when I get there. Now, this day started with this lady going to pick up a rose for my wife. And by the end of it, we planned this beautiful day for my lady together, her and I. And at the end of it, she took me to my wife's job. I was able to put the rose in my wife's car so she could see it when she went on her lunch break. And then this lady drove me home. Like, she said, I might as well take you home. I've been riding you around all day. She drove me home. I got out, told her thank you, gave her a big hug, and she drove away. I don't know this lady's name. I know where she stays because she took me by her place to get the wine. And for the last 2 days, I, I, I've been wanting to share this, but the issue is that special day event I planned for my wife hasn't happened yet. So if she sees this and hears about this, then the secret will be lost. So I had to put this on hold, but in my spirit, I've it's been screaming to share this with the world because we exist in a time now where we look at acts of kindness to strangers as this taboo thing. Like, people really don't want to help people anymore. We've lost some kind of faith in humanity, and I'm hoping to share this with you guys in an attempt to restore some of that faith. To say there are people in this world who don't believe in what the media, the news, television, all the internet wants to show us about the disconnectedness between people. And they are still a part of the fact that we're here to help and service each other. So, this lady, out of the kindness of her heart, not only saw that I had a need and helped me to meet that need, but she took it a step further and said, now what else do you need? Do you get what I'm saying? She saw that I had a need. She fulfilled that need. And then she said, what's next? So a lot of times we help people and we stop at, that person on the side of the road. Or if you've been that person on the side of the road with, you've ran out of gas, you got a flat tire, you're having something. You have those one or two people that drive by you and they'll stop and they'll say, hey, like, what do you need? Can I help you? And sometimes we'll say, no, it's fine. It's just this minor thing. And they drive on. And you have other people who'll stop and say, no, let me give you a hand. And it's not predicated on what a person looks like or what's going on that day. It's simply that person needs help. I'm going to help them. And they'll help you change that tire, or they'll help you get to the gas station to fill that can and throw that 5 gallons in so you can make it to the station to fill up. And then they drive away, and that's it. You exchange a thank you, uh, some type of courtesy, and then they go on. But it's rare that you find somebody that goes, now what else do you need? And in that moment, there's something so amazing that, I mean, to me it was nothing but God. It was that Christ-like compassion for another person that you knew nothing about. So the point of me sharing that with you was I want to encourage us as a human race to be more like that young lady today and less like some of the people that we give so much time and attention to in news and media and on the internet, and become more people of servicing others, helping them meet needs, and taking it a step further by saying, now what else do you need? And I want to start this GoFundMe as a way of being able to see other people's needs be met and beyond, but also to give back to those who have been selfless in their services to others. So this isn't just a all about raising money to give to others, but it's also about if you can act, if you can help, if you can be that individual that has a service or a talent or a skill to help someone else, you it's not about you sending money, it's about you providing that service. And if you can't, if you don't have that or feel that you could better serve by donating, then donate. It will go to it will go to an amazing purpose. I can promise you that. So thank you guys in advance for the outpouring of love that I know will come from this, and the services that you will provide somebody else in the future. Uh, Thank you guys.